Book 1, Four Kingdoms, Chapter 2, It All Ends Eventually. You put yourself in corners, paint yourself a silly man. Always in your uniform, how could anyone understand? Now you're here, you fool, dick in your hand. Rosemary opened the door. X walked through, quickly glancing at her. He had seen her naked so long ago. How long? 40 years? Yeah, about that. 39 to be exact. On the beach of Lemon Bay. The sweat on her skin glistened between the grains of sand in the ring light. The timing stood out as after they gazed up and joked about seeing D. D, X's brother, well, half-brother, had launched his spaceship the day before. Sometime in the summer of 843. The mission? Recover intelligence about Earth, the humans' home planet, which they'd lost contact with before even landing here. A century older than him, X looked up to D as part of a legacy he hoped to one day join, the brilliant Morts of Abraham. Yet, D's restlessness exposed a uniquely Morta problem. With 1 century down and 1 more to go, D had read every book on space, spaceships, space exploration. You get the idea. If it had space as a subject, he'd read it. He had come to the end of his field's knowledge, yet his hunger for more remained. And with no children to care for, no legacy to leave behind, what could he do? What mystery could he solve? In answer to this unknowable question of meaning, he willingly hurled himself up into the abyss. No one expected him to return. Everyone was right. After a year, no one even brought D up anymore. X hated being on Isle for exactly this experience. Every place, every face, every turn haunted by some memory. They all changed, evolved, while he remained frozen. His Morta mentor had warned him about this. He'd said, "You're risk-free fun for them. On Nazca or Neos will fuck you without consequence. You're young and handsome and will be for centuries. All the risk is with you. You'll watch them age, you'll hear them forget your name, you'll watch them die. And may Abraham help you if you fall in love any more than a few times. Be careful the memories you make," he'd said, "as you'll be the only bearer of them for centuries." X hadn't loved Rosemary, but they had fucked a number of times during that year his brother left. Rosemary's fragility made her precious in a way X would never be. He hated her. He hated himself for ever entangling himself with her. "You look good," she said. X nodded, knowing he should attempt a forced smile, but not. "You know the way," she continued, mostly ignoring his awkwardness. Rosemary had 4 decades of managing the temperamental attitudes of humans. X was dessert in comparison. Straight through, down the stairs. As X walked the slow walk of one avoiding the delivery of bad news, he considered the facts and his options. In 3 years, Lucas had delivered no results. Every experiment failed. Many killed their subjects. Now, Lucas seemed more interested in staring blankly and sipping his sister's poison than recreating his successful breeding of a mortadell. Had he lied? But X had seen his notebook, the formulas, the logic. Such a deception would be impossible to fake. No? When he reached the staircase's edge, 99 stairs, a swoosh of cold air hit him. With each set of 20 steps, the temperature dropped another few degrees. Perhaps keeping the humans refrigerated was part of the problem. "Report progress," Efrem sharply commanded. X reported. None. Meaning, Lucas contemplates, but nothing more. Commitments. I gave him 18 days. That would take them until the end of the World Fair. When the delegation returned from the fair, Lucas better have answers. 17 and 2 orbits too long, Efrem huffed. Heard. Dismissed. Each footstep of his retreat echoed his shame. The walls closed in on him with it. Standing at the base of the 99 stairs, X hoped by the time he reached the landing, a plan for how to get Lucas productive would reach him.